This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Anthropology Reacts to Glitter and Lasers. This isn't Glitter and Lasers, you say? No, it is not. This is the channel Fit and Full Fat, who has recently been doing reaction style videos, not just to Anna, but their deep dive into Anna has been, I think, good. And so I wanted to react to some of their videos, specifically because I myself am doing like a timeline for Anna, and due diligence says that I need to look at what other people are also doing. I know Megan Ann did a history video on Glitter and Lasers, you guys. I watched it. It's okay. It's fine. We can do multiples. But in order to make sure that I've got all the information that I can possibly have, it does require me to watch other people's stuff. However, watching Fit and Full Fat, their channel, I really am enjoying them. I really like the style of their videos. She's got a beautiful voice, by the way. She's got a wonderful voice for videos. And just also looking at the rest of her channel, I think she has like a very interesting channel in general. But we are here for the Glitter and Lasers breakdowns that she does. She's got at least 3 videos that I think will be interesting to go over. I don't know if we will go over all 3 of them, but I think there's at least 2 of them that we're definitely going to hit on. And this is one of them. So this is Glitter and Lasers, Why She's So Hated. And I will give Fit and Full Fat credit for the fact that she timestamps her videos. Colin also does this. Colin Mockery also timestamps his videos. And I'm beginning to think maybe I'm a jerk for not timestamping my videos. So we'll work on that. But right now, we are not. Before we get too deep in this, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And I will be speeding. I will speed her up to 1:25. I might need to slow her down, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. This is kind of like a compilation thing. So let me read the description here. A closer look into every time Anna failed her audience and why she is now so hated by the people who used to love her. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of research here. I think that's pretty cool. Our little deep dive is going to go even deeper than this. I will be doing some retro reacts to stuff on Anna's YouTube channel, but also I will be trying to do some reacts to stuff that Anna has posted on Instagram. It's if anybody knows how to find the first post on someone's Instagram account where I don't have to endlessly scroll, let me know in the comments section down below. I did Google it. The oldest entry I found the first time I Googled it, which was last night, was a post from 8 years ago, which would be about right, but I don't think it didn't read like the first post, you know? So, and I thought maybe if I clicked on it, I would be able to pick up from that spot and scroll backwards, but that didn't work. So I don't know. So what I'm saying is some help would be great in the research department there. But I have been able to follow her Wayback Machine and follow the Glitter and Lasers blog. You know, those blog things that people used to have. I was able to follow that one all the way back to the earliest saved version of the front page of it, back when there was Glitter, Anna, and another individual who was male, whose name was Lazers, who is no longer part of the, obviously, no longer part of the brand. And no, that person is not her camera guy, because I know that's going to be the next question people ask. But I wanted to react to this also because like I've been reacting to the Alexa and Amberlynn drama right now, and I just kind of needed a brain scrubby. So this is my brain scrubby. I'm going to watch a channel that I enjoy talk about Anna because it's frankly more interesting.
You might be familiar with Anna O'Brien's current lipedema surgery arc, or her most recent scandal, the Great Bagel debacle of 2024.
Sometimes you just can't win.
But if you're
Oh, we're aware of Bagelgate, don't worry.
new to her content, you might not understand why this lady is getting so much attention and so much hate. With Anna, everything is very nuanced and context is important. So in this video, we're going to go over each and every mishap that Anna has been through.
I want somebody to edit my videos like this. Like, I'm so jealous of people that are actually able to do like the text on the screen like that and just the smoothness of it. Like, I'm sitting here in my overexposedness as it is, and I'm just sitting in the dark because the lights were bothering my eyes, and I'm just like, man, I wish my videos were better. Something to work on.
Leading her now to be memorialized as a lol cow mixed in with the likes of Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty. Now,
when I first heard her say this, I wanted to argue. I really did. I don't think Anna's this bad yet, I guess is where I wanted to go with this. Also, Anna does not eat on camera very frequently. And when she does, it's like maybe a fake bite of her bagel. Sometimes she'll take a really awkward bite of whatever it was she was cooking. Really awkward bite. But it just, the reason her eating on camera is so awkward is because she just doesn't do it.
Now, in my opinion, I don't think Anna actually deserves hate for her multiple failed weight loss attempts. Instead, I think the hate really started when she actually started to be successful. She started to get control of her weight, she got a few diagnoses, she started to treat her chronic illnesses, and she was actually looking much better.
I think that was an interesting observation that Fit and Full put together here, is that Anna started to gain attention from Girl World around the time that she started succeeding in her weight loss. Here's the thing that people need to understand about Anna, though, and I see a lot of people make this assumption, and it is not correct. Anna is not trying to lose weight. Anna is not a weight loss channel. All right. That's the important thing that you have to remember when you're watching Anna. It's not about weight loss. It might actually be, but in reality, Anna isn't actually trying to lose weight.
And what did she attribute all this success to? Well, according to Anna, it was her workouts through Copilot. Many people criticized her workouts and argued that the high impact exercises that she was doing was not healthy at her weight.
Are these high impact? I wouldn't consider these high impact, but I'm not like a specialist in this kind of stuff. The jumping and things that she does when she starts working with Run Lab, that I've considered high impact, but is actually like lifting weight and doing, I think she's doing the inchworm here in the middle. Is that considered high impact?
And would damage her joints. Additionally, patients with lipedema, which Anna already knew she had, are often advised to avoid high impact exercise.
Yeah, this I consider a high impact.
To decrease the amount of inflammation in their body.
Okay.
But that wasn't the only issue. During these workout videos that she had been posting, it was clear that she was still struggling, even though she claimed to have been training for months at this point.
Oh my fucking gosh, why is this so hard?
Her form just goes completely to hell once she starts to struggle. I remember this video. I'm pretty sure I reacted to this video.
And yet, her audience still loved her. If this was working for Anna, then that was good enough for them.
I can't guarantee anything, but let me tell you what happened for me. I've worked out for 16 workouts with Copilot, and I'm going to continue for many, many more. And this is what's changed for me. I'm happier, I'm more flexible, my endurance has improved, and my body is more toned.
Sure, Jan.
I don't know if I've lost weight per se because I don't really focus on that, but I notice my body is different.
And then we go to the resting bitch face. Again, as I said earlier, I think weight loss is something Anna thinks about, but it's not something that she's attaching her brand to, right?
And it is a direct reflection of consistency, not
Oh my God, consistency. Show up for yourself. No.
a miracle cure, not a magical solution, but being consistent. And for me, that's what Copilot is offering me. Now, I stuck with it. I've worked out about 3 times a week with Copilot since then. And actually, they do like a little end of year wrap up for Copilot. And I just want to show you mine. So you can see literally what I did last year and what it took to lose 90 pounds and honestly, dramatically and completely transform my mobility, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
And
I did actually react to that video as well. I think it's closer to the beginning of the year. And her breakdown, once you actually break it down, and I think Chikara did the same thing. It was ridiculous. She was like working out for like 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week, maybe 2 to 3 days a week. And it's just like, I mean, good, but it's not what she was trying to sell people on. And it sure as hell is not the reason why she lost weight.
I'm sure that many of her followers
Excuse me.
also subscribed to Copilot, expecting the same results that Anna had seen.
God, I hope not.
However, what a lot of her audience didn't know was that alongside of her co-pilot workouts, Anna was also taking weight loss medication. Shortly before her series of weight loss videos, which were all basically paid ads for co-pilot, Anna was featured on a channel funded by Novo Nordisk as a paid sponsor.
Yvette, Nicole Brown, and guests are all paid spokespersons for Novo Nordisk Inc.
This is something Sam at Every Size was able to find way back. I don't remember when I watched that video, honestly. I'll see if I can't... I will see if I can't find that and link it in the description down below. The Sam at Every Size video where she had discovered that Anna did this. Honestly, that was the first time that I ever took notice of glitter and lasers, was the Sam at Every Size video. So, there you have that.
It's not just motivation that can solve this. The options, just like any other disease, require the attention and care of a doctor working in
I'm going to slow this down. I'm sorry, guys. This video is going to be really long. I know some of you will be very excited about that.
conjunction with their patient to address that patient's specific situation. But no matter what, it should be tailored to each individual patient and include shared decision making.
Anna is unrecognizable here to me. Like, I have never seen her look like this. She looks huge, and even her voice is different. When I first watched Sam go over this, I did not believe it was the same woman, right? But it is.
Exactly. One of the biggest misconceptions I think people have about me is that, like, I eat all the time or something. I actually often have to remind myself to eat. Luckily, I finally found a doctor I love, and I'm on a health journey, and that's tailored to me and my challenges and my body. So tell me what you...
I wonder if she was given a script. Like, I wonder if they sat her down and they were like, all right, tell us your story. And then they wrote a script and they were like, all right, here's the script.
Your specific
I
journey
don't know.
includes...
I'm just wondering.
Well, it started with my doctor, and we worked out a weight management plan that really worked for me. I work to get out of my comfort zone all the time, and I try new things physically. I started meditating in order to create mindfulness in my life.
Yes, because meditation leads to 90 pounds of weight loss. Maybe.
And I try to make sure I'm drinking enough water and sleeping enough. Those really do help. And I use my platforms to allow myself to be fully seen in this process. While any one of these things might seem like a small thing, it is felt and it has been revolutionary in my life.
And now Anna, who never cries, will now cry on camera for everyone. Cue the crying!
And if you don't know, Novo Nordisk is one of the main companies that manufactures and markets the drug semaglutide under its two most popular names, Wegovy and Ozempic. Despite being featured in this video and claiming to her audience that all this success was almost purely due to her co-pilot workouts, the only mention that Anna made to her nearly 8 million followers on TikTok and 2 million subscribers on YouTube was a very brief Instagram post.
And we have
That had a caption, "Let's spill some tea. I'm taking prescription medication to help manage my weight."
When Anna wants to bury something in a way that she can say, hey, I still put it on my social media, she seems to go to Instagram to do it. And she usually writes it in a way that the admission is 2 or 3 paragraphs down the description. Understanding that Instagram is one of her smallest followings. I think she only has like 1 point some million followers. I know that's still millions, but on Instagram. And I mean, it's basically understood that most people are not reading the descriptions, and they're certainly not reading a description more than like a paragraph long, right? So the majority of people following her on Instagram are not going to see the description. So they're not going to see the admission that she was taking the semaglutide, even though in this case she put it in the very first paragraph. So that's good. But usually she buries stuff so far deep in her descriptions in her Instagram posts that you really have to read them. And a lot of people, Instagram's not about reading, you know, it's a microblogging kind of thing, and most people don't even do that. They're there for the pretty pictures, right? Because that's how Instagram started. But she'll never cross post that on either TikTok, which is her biggest platform, or on YouTube, which is her second biggest platform. Now, Anna also has a Facebook group, or a Facebook that she posts on. I don't follow Facebook at all, so I have no idea what's going on there, and I'm not going to start following Facebook just because Anna's on there. I don't care. I know I use Instagram. Leave me alone. I used Instagram before it was part of Facebook, so there. Threads Anna also likes to pop off on threads recently because she feels safe there. She says a lot of weird shit on threads, and we go over it on this channel a few times because Anna's an Olympian, you guys. I don't think in the future she'll be, well, I mean, maybe she will. She'll try to start burying things on threads and be like, yes, I posted it on my social media. But usually when she's trying to hide something in plain sight, she puts it on Instagram.
And let me just be clear, I am absolutely not against taking any sort of weight loss medication. If your doctor prescribes it for you, gives you the go ahead, and it helps you, then that's a great thing. And no one is entitled to Anna's medical records. She doesn't have to share that. However, the reason that I and many of Anna's haters have a problem with this is her lack of transparency. Her many followers and subscribers were likely under the impression that her weight loss was only due to her workouts.
And the reason they were under that impression is because that's the impression that Anna was pushing. And when Anna got called out for doing that, and she did get called out several times by various people, not just the reaction channels, she reacted very negatively to it all the time, which is why we eventually got that weird Instagram post where she was like, yeah, I was taking weight loss drugs. And then she goes on to throw a tantrum about how she's taking other drugs as well. And do we want a list of all of those drugs too? And I'm kind of like, sure. You know, I mean, if you want to do that, mainly we just want you to admit that you were losing weight using a weight loss drug. I don't know why that's so difficult for you to do, but it was.
So you can see literally what I did last year and what it took to lose 90 pounds and what it took to lose 90 pounds. And
by sharing this portion
Good catch, Fit and Full,
of her fitness journey and not being open about the fact that she was also taking weight loss medication, she gave her viewers the impression that they too didn't need to diet, didn't need to track their calories, and they could just exercise their way out of a bad diet.
so in tandem with movement, I did also change what I eat.
you did?
I'm not on a diet. I don't restrict myself to a certain number of calories a day, but I do
No shit.
think about food as fuel.
And to me, this is potentially dangerous messaging. The largest contributor to your success in weight loss is your ability to maintain a calorie deficit. A lot of people will try to argue with this, but that is just the plain and simple truth.
Pretty much every weight loss study that's out there that you can see that has been like double blinded and all that stuff, the only way to lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit. Now, how you achieve that calorie deficit can vary, but most of the time you're just going to have to eat less. That's just the reality. Are there people that lift weights and by increasing their weightlifting, they're able to not decrease their caloric intake? I guess. But if you're pushing 500 to 600 pounds like Anna is, probably that's not you. Just putting it out there. Probably you're like the majority of people on the planet and you just need to cut out 300 to 500 calories from your diet.
And yes, getting more sleep will help you regulate your hunger hormones, thereby decreasing your appetite. So you could argue that sleep is more important than your diet, but do
I suppose.
you know what else will help regulate your appetite? Weight loss medication. But Anna would not open up about this to her wider audience on TikTok and YouTube until about 9 months later.
I've never really talked about my specific weight loss. And I think because it's the start of a new year, it's good to get
This shirt always reminds me of The Sims. I think it was either 2 or 3 where the kids could have imaginary friends that only they could see. And this is like the costume that the imaginary friends would wear in that Sims game.
a gauge of like what I actually achieved last year. Last year I lost 90 pounds. And that's a lot. And I did use medication. I know there's been like a lot of chatter about this. I don't think I ever hit it, but maybe I never said it directly.
You know you hit it. You know you hit it. And you know you didn't say it directly. Girl, stop.
A lot of medication, to be really honest. I'm on a lot of medication. Some of it is for weight loss and some of it is for stuff that just literally wasn't being treated.
And she still never says the name of the weight loss drug that she was on. And I don't know why. She doesn't mention that she was on... She doesn't mention by name that she was on Wegovy until the beginning of this lipedema story arc that we're in right now.
And looking at the timeline, it's clear that Anna started taking this weight loss medication as soon as she was featured in that Novo Nordisk sponsorship and as soon as she started doing those co-pilot workouts. But this whole Wegovy and Copilot scandal was only the beginnings of her poor dealings with paid sponsors that had her haters calling her a liar and a grifter. Around the time that Anna started losing weight in 2023, she had a few other videos that turned out to be giant ads.
Fit and Full speaks slowly enough that I can speed her up, but she has also sped Anna up, which makes Anna sound like a chipmunk, but I want to get through this, so I'm sorry, because I know some of you speed me up. So if you do that, just forewarning, Anna's going to sound like she's on Adderall. That's not going to come out right. Just forewarning, Anna's going to sound like a hyperactive chipmunk that somebody fed caffeine to.
And there's nothing wrong with earning money through social media or having sponsorships. But there was something about the way that Anna went about introducing these sponsorships to her audience that just didn't sit right. And
You mean the fact that she never mentioned they were sponsorships until someone called her out on it? Like, I don't understand how she manages. She's not breaking TOS from what I can put together, but I just don't understand how it's not a violation of TOS.
it had her audience feeling like Anna was being disingenuous. And one of those disingenuous sponsorships was BetterHelp. Now, beyond the controversies that BetterHelp itself has been in,
the homework that he gave me for that session was to meet up with 3 men before our next session.
Anna's introduction to this new sponsor was just weird.
I took a beautiful photo of myself on a beach in Cuba. This is the photo, if you don't remember, and it did really, really well considering I was not a super famous creator at that time. And a brand reached out to me, and I'm not going to say the brand's name, and asked if they could repost this image on their page and use it in advertising.
She claimed that she had been traumatized by all the attention that this photo was getting. Mind you, she took this photo and allowed media to use it.
Gillette defends photo of a plus-size model after it sparks backlash on Twitter. All types of beautiful skin deserve to be shown after they've been shaved. Sorry. Sorry. Gillette makes razors, if you don't know. Razors and shaving cream, among other things.
And I gave that image up for free, literally just because I was excited that the brand, like, I wanted to showcase it to everybody.
And so she came out with this video, sponsored by BetterHelp, that was all just one big advert.
So this progressed into various news outlets, various different systems, commenting on my body. And it was hard. It was really hard. I've never had such direct and such volume of commentary on my body.
I think that's true. She says she's never had so much direct and such volume of comments on her body, but no.
TV shows, like podcasts, news programs, like there were celebrities commenting on it as well. It was very weird. It was traumatizing. It was really, really traumatizing. I felt like everybody had an opinion about my body, but no one actually knew me. And it hurt. It was painful. But
Everybody had a comment about my body, but nobody actually knew me. They don't know me. Me! How dare they comment on me without knowing me personally? I'm sorry, her ego knows no bounds.
when this happened, I reached out to that brand and I said, I don't know how to do this. So I chose not to speak to press and I asked them for support in finding a therapist. I did not
I asked them for support in finding a therapist? So the people who asked to run your picture, who you gave it to them for free, which I'm going to guess is Gillette, you asked them to find you a therapist?
get that support. So I reached out to BetterHelp because that's what I could afford at the time and that's what I started using. It's kind of weird because today's video is actually sponsored by BetterHelp.
Even though Anna has been through all this childhood trauma and
She says, so I reached out to BetterHelp because it's what I could afford at the time, which is kind of weird because this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's not weird, Anna. That was a choice that you made. Also, I still argue if you're paying out of pocket for therapy, it's probably cheaper to find an IRL therapist than it is to pay for BetterHelp. I'm not a fan of BetterHelp. I think they're not a great company. I think they're a little skeezy. And I think you're better off putting your sanity in the hands of a real person with a actual, like, license. But there's my stance on BetterHelp. I am not sponsored, can you tell?
loss, which, by the way, she even wrote a book on.
Ah, yes. We're going over that book.
She decided that she was going to promote BetterHelp through this weird story about her being traumatized through a photo. And it all just felt very inauthentic, very forced, and a little bit cringe.
I feel like she's done another video about she's done a couple videos about BetterHelp where she's just talked about how she's overcome her low moments by using BetterHelp. Here's something that's interesting about Anna, and it comes out of the book, A Life Full of Glitter, that was just shown on screen here. Anna will not admit to depression, right? I'm not saying Anna is depressed. I cannot diagnose at any point. But even in her book, when Anna talks about herself and low moments in her life, which she does frequently, and in her videos on YouTube when she talks about low points in her life, which she does frequently, she never uses the word depressed, right? She will use any other description than depressed. And it's almost as if she's like terrified to admit that she might be depressed. And I think it's a really interesting dodge because she doesn't have a problem talking about her mental health or her emotional health. But she will not use the word depression. And when she does, it's like, if you, the audience, feels depressed, then, you know, you should go seek help, you know, that kind of a thing. But she herself never uses that word on her, about herself, right? It's like Anna cannot be depressed. She can be everything else, but not depressed. It's very interesting to me.
I also wanted to talk about the paid sponsorship that she had with Quest, which she played off as a video about her favorite snacks and what she had been snacking on.
Hey Anna, what you snacking on?
That is the dumbest fucking intro.
Welcome to a new series called What You Snacking On. And this is just where I talk about my favorite snacks. I've gotten so many questions from y'all about what I'm eating, what my diet plan is, etc., etc., etc.
Yes, because we want to know what you eat in a day, and we want to know what your, quote, diet plan is. So you made a video about protein snacks. What are we supposed to take from that, Anna?
Remember, at this point, she was on weight loss medication,
Right.
and according to her, she was not on a diet. So to her
Right.
viewers, this was really being promoted as something that she was eating to now have lost 90 pounds.
Also, she, at the time of that video, we reacted to that video too, she was basically telling us that she had to eat high protein to keep her mad gains from the gym, you know, because she was working out so much, you guys. So she needed all that protein to maintain her mad gains that she was achieving with Copilot.
This is my snack basket. And this is
Snack
just some of my
basket.
snacks. So
Snack basket.
one of the things I do that's kind of, because I'm
If you are a 600-pound person and you have a snack basket, I'm just saying you might want to reevaluate it.
really obsessed with this, like snacking is really important to me, is I rotate snacks. That way I never get tired of something. So
She's so weird. This whole video was so weird. I rotate my snacks so I don't get tired of something.
if I'm really feeling something, I keep it for a while until I'm like, I'm kind of over it, and then I find other solutions.
And then I find other solutions. Like, she has to snack. Like, snacking is a vital part of human life. It's not, Anna.
So let's start with what I'm snacking on right now. Questions.
And everything that she shows here is just highly processed, highly palatable snack foods. And yes, it may be slightly lower in calories than other highly palatable, highly processed foods.
It's really not, though.
But in my opinion, anybody on a weight loss journey should prioritize real foods first. And I should note here that Anna doesn't specifically go over everything that she's eating in a day, so it's quite possible that she is eating real foods and then on the side also having these snacks. However, if this is Anna's idea of what it means to eat healthy, then it's clear why Anna is struggling to maintain any sort of weight loss. And
In that video that she just went over, Anna says that she has effectively one bag of those chips every day and also 1 or 2 bars, protein bars every day. And then occasionally she had like a protein cinnamon roll, you guys. It was a protein honey bun. Anyway, and she admits to eating that for breakfast sometimes. That's just the snacks that Anna eats, Anna admits to eating in a day. And I have no reason to not believe that she doesn't do that, because the few times where she's actually shown us her daily eating, or she comments about daily eating, she's mentioning snacks, or she shows us her eating a bag of snack mix or snack chips, right? So I do believe that she does eat 1 to 2 bars plus a bag of chips plus a protein cinnamon roll or protein Pop-Tarts a day. And that's before she eats food, right? So she's already eating close to 1,000 calories, probably, yeah, close to 1,000 calories in snacks before she even eats food.
and about struggling to lose weight. One thing that I've noticed time and time again with Anna's content is that she really prioritizes fitness over any sort of diet change.
I've been working my butt off to make changes, like actual changes. I haven't been on a diet, but I have like changed things, like how much salt I put and stuff. And I've started using, alternatives to sugar. Like I've just made natural organic changes, and I've done the work. I'm not on a diet.
And I've done the work. Have you?
I don't restrict myself to a certain number of calories a day, but I do think about food as fuel. You cannot, especially if you're in the later stages like I am, just magically eat well and exercise that way.
She's talking about her lipedema here.
I'm living proof of that.
Over and over again, she claims that she is not on a diet, she's not restricting what she eats, she's not counting calories. But she puts a great deal of effort to show all this exercise that she's been doing, as well as training to run a 5K.
This is why I really wanted people to understand. Anna's not trying to lose weight, right? Anna, at least during this whole arc here, Anna wanted to be a fitness influencer, a fitness queen, but it was important to her that she was a plus-sized fitness queen, right? All of 2023 was basically Anna trying to rebrand herself as a fitness guru, a plus-size fitness guru. And to do that, she couldn't lose weight. She couldn't actively be trying to lose weight either, right? Because that would go against brand. And also, Anna, for whatever she says, Anna is still deeply ingrained in fat acceptance and health at every size, even if they don't claim her. And she doesn't claim them. But the rhetoric and the imagery and just the agenda that she pushes, it's fat acceptance and health at every size, right? Whether she admits to it or not.
And right from the start, it was fairly obvious that this whole 5K journey was just one big sponsorship with Run Lab.
Okay, so today we are at the Run Lab, and we are here because I want to run a 5K, but I realized that in a bigger body, there's a lot of challenges when running, so I wanted to work with somebody who could help me run correctly so I don't injure myself. I also really like them because when I talk to them on the phone, they don't buy into the BS that bigger bodies can't run. In fact, it's like one of their goals to show people that more people can run.
Like I said, fat acceptance and health at every size. Bigger bodies, bigger bodies. Anna, you are morbidly obese. Stop it.
So today I'm going to run on a treadmill, and they're going to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
She never ran on that treadmill, by the way.
Yet again, her whole video just felt like one big advert, complete with motivational montages and inspirational quotes.
Because it was.
Remember why you did this? It wasn't to be good at it. You did it to get back to something that made you really happy.
I forgot about the music. I forgot about the music. The music's killing me.
She did end up finishing her 5K, but she was not really running, and some people had a problem with that. But to me, this is a big whatever point. Like, I don't care that she's not actually running. I don't think she actually should be running. But
and that's kind of where I was at with this. I was like, the whole time she was doing this stupid 5K storyline, I was just like, because everybody was like, she's not running, she's not running. I'm like, can we just let her think she is? Anna should not run. Like, she's too big. She will blow her knees out if she actually ran, right? And they even told her that at Run Lab. But can we just let her live in the delusion that she is? Because then maybe she won't do other things that will potentially be even more dangerous for her.
But I'm not going to get all butthurt over Anna calling this waddle walk a run. It really doesn't.
Wow. Waddle walk.
Doesn't bother me, and I don't think it adds much to Anna's storyline. What is important to the timeline of Anna's downfall is her displays of entitlement and childish behavior. Now, I'm going to skip back in the timeline a little bit here because before her 5K run, Anna had a few temper tantrums that had her audience reeling. The first of which is her story about this weird encounter with another runner on a trail.
So I just stopped my run to have a little cry.
Oh my God, I remember this. The story that didn't happen.
This beautiful area, and
I think something did happen, but as the story develops, I don't think it
I'm crying
did.
for a silly reason. Somebody stopped me on the trail I was walking, just doing my cool down. I'm doing like intervals today, so like I walk in between. And she's
Does she look like she's been crying? Really?
like, good job getting out there. And it just felt so dehumanizing. It felt so shitty. And I just was having a bad day anyway. I came out here to run to try to feel better. And I know this person was well intentioned, but man, it felt shitty. It felt really bad. Oh, I already know I'm going to get a ton of DMs being like, she's well intentioned. But you know what? I am about to start my period. I'm hormonal AF.
She loves to blame her shit on hormones. Like, even now, after her lipedema surgery, she's blaming her nasty attitude on hormones. Like, she loves to blame her bad attitude on anything except herself. Right? She has an entire short where she's basically trying to say that the reason she's been so moody and angry and nasty to everyone around her is because the liposuction had sucked out so much, because your fat is hormonally active, and so it's liposuction, they sucked out fat, and so because they sucked out the fat, her hormones are off because she no longer has that fat producing the hormones, right? I've never had lipo. It's not a far-fetched idea that it could be that, or that could contribute, but Anna takes no onus over her attitude, right? It's the fat's fault this time.
And I'm gonna be really honest here. That woman saw me and assumed that I was entirely out of shape and that it was my first day on the trail.
Probably because she saw you lumbering down the runway, breathing heavy with your head down, looking absolutely fucking miserable, like every other time you've shown us you running. Why wouldn't she assume that you're out of shape? That is not the form of someone who is not out of shape.
And that's because she has preconceived views of what a plus-size body is and is not able to do. And as a person who's out here every freaking day trying to change that perspective, it's frustrating that it's still so ingrained in our society. It doesn't matter how many miles I run. It doesn't matter how many times I'm on the trail. Someone's always going to stop me and treat me that way, and it sucks.
This story was really only talked about on her Instagram stories, which, by the way, delete after 24 hours. So it was quite easy for Anna to not talk about this anymore and sweep it under the rug. Until,
or she thought,
of course, Anna herself brought it up again, trying to double down and defend herself.
I got home and somebody asked me like what would I preferred she had said or done. And I thought about this because I think it's important to share that there are ways to engage or
look at how much she's limping.
interact with people on the trail and even cheer them on without making them feel less than. So
look at how much she's limping. This was the story from last year, like early last year. And just now she's like, oh, my mobility. Girl, you've always walked like this.
my favorite thing that people do on the trail all the time is just give me a smile. Honestly, that gives me a lot of energy and doesn't make me feel less than. And it's easy. So I would say just give me a smile. I love it.
Sorry.
I woke up to a couple people really disappointed to how I talked to the lady on the trail yesterday.
Oh, you missed that gap. So apparently, what was this? Apparently afterwards, she saw the lady a second time, and the woman once again said, good job getting out there. And so Anna says, do you know me? Because you're talking to me like someone who knows me. And then, like, apparently ran off, like, cackling like an evil villain all the way back to her car, where she got into her car and she's made this TikTok about what she had done. And she's telling it like a 5-year-old tells a story. And then she's like, I'm just a petty bitch, but I'm petty in a good way. And it's like, no, that's not what you were there. No. Petty, yes. Good way, no. And people took umbrage to it. So now she's defending this story that most people are pretty convinced she basically just made up. So.
And I realized not everybody watches my stories every day. And I think people missed last week's story where I ran into this woman, this same exact woman. And she said something like, getting out there is the first step or something like this.
Also, every time Anna told this story, the details change. You can find, even though these went up on her stories, which do vanish after 24 hours, I reacted to all of this. Was Colin reacting at this point? A couple other people reacted to all of this. The whole story is out there. You can find it.
And granted, I go on the trail. I've probably been on 100 times this year. Okay. And I didn't even say anything to her initially. And I don't even know if I told this part of the story or not, but she just kept going. And she
yeah, you didn't tell this part of the story because you hadn't made it up yet.
kept saying things that just implied that I was really out of shape.
Did she though?
And then she wanted me to thank her for that. And it was
Then she wanted me to thank her for that. No.
really, really awkward. I had a really bad day and I burst out into tears and I was like full on crying. And I'm not a person that does this. I've never.
You literally cry at the drop of a hat. Now, to be fair, are they real tears? No. You fake cry at the drop of a hat. So
Had this type of interaction on the trail before. And people have said weird things to me before. And the fact that she didn't remember that interaction and approached me the exact same way is why I said what I said. Now, after learning that, if you're still disappointed in me, I kindly encourage you to unfollow me because
I can't be disappointed in you because I don't believe it happened. I can't be disappointed in an imaginary interaction. I guess I can be disappointed that that's the story you want to go with and it's just so unbelievable. I guess. And maybe because it's so unbelievable, I should believe it because usually those do turn out to be the real stories, but I just don't. It just doesn't sound real.
I'm proudly setting my boundaries this year.
Proudly setting my boundaries this year.
And that woman crossed those boundaries once and I wasn't about to give her the opportunity to cross them again.
Because this woman knew what your boundaries were. Just because you set boundaries doesn't mean people know what they are. It's not like you walk around with a billboard. My boundaries are... Okay?
I come to the trail for 2 reasons.
Okay, the concept of setting boundaries is setting boundaries with yourself, so you know when you're crossing your own personal boundaries. Like, I don't work on videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? So when I am working on videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm crossing my own personal boundary, right? I'm not honoring the boundaries I set for myself. Or a relationship. You set boundaries within your relationship, like I don't know, just something goofy. Your partner can't chew with his mouth open when you're watching the Great British Bake Off, and your partner knows that. If your partner doesn't know what your boundaries are, so speaking of partners, no. So to go after somebody who doesn't know you, has no idea what your boundaries are, you've never discussed boundaries with, to go after somebody who crossed those boundaries, they don't freaking know what the boundaries are. And it's not like they're doing something socially unacceptable, which are like not normative boundaries, like murder, theft, physical abuse. You know, it's not like she did any of those things, right? She just said, good job getting out there. That's not crossing any kind of known social boundary. So this is a personal boundary that you have set for other people who had no input in the situation and therefore have no idea what your boundaries are, Anna. So she can't be crossing a boundary in a malicious way because these boundaries you have are unreasonable. Sorry, anyway.
To feel the strength of my body and to find peace. And I am not about to let somebody take that away from my active lifestyle. Those things are important to me. And I didn't do it in a way where I made fun of her. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did. You even said so in your little cackling in your car bullshit video that you'd made.
In a way where I hurt her, but I did do it in a way to remind her that we had already had a conversation.
You said, do you know me? Because you act like someone who knows me. How does that remind her that you guys have had a conversation prior? At no point during those words is there, we had this conversation last week. You didn't say that at any point.
And it had already made me feel uncomfortable. And that I had no need or want to have that conversation again.
You didn't say any of those words. Like, you are making this, oh my God, I just need to let it play. Jesus Christ. I've already reacted to this once.
And there is, in my mind, nothing wrong with that. Now, everything is based on opinion, so if you disagree, that's super cool. I'm just not the creator for you, because this is how I live and I have no regrets.
A lot of people hypothesize that this whole story was just made up by Anna so that she could play the victim and hero. And maybe that's the case. But if this did happen, what the heck, Anna? What?
Exactly. If this did happen, you're not the victim here, Anna.
Rude and entitled behavior from a nearly 40-year-old woman. And to go ahead and post something like this thinking that your audience would all be on your side. But that's not the worst of it. In a now deleted video, Anna posted about a trip to Target where she was running amok, undressing mannequins, and just causing general havoc.
I think the Target video happened before the running video, because the Target video occurred during Christmas or around Christmas, so.
And it took me a while to find this video. I eventually found it through Alex is Shook on X.
Alex has a link to this, to the full video. He dropped it on Twitter. I'll see if I can't find the link for it again, because to find a non-reacted to version of this video is very difficult, but Alex has the link. And I will try to remember to link it down below. I have a lot of links in this video, apparently.
So thank you for that. He doesn't need a shout out from me, but thank you all the same.
Also true.
And before we watch
Alex doesn't need a shout out from any of us.
any clips of this, I just want to bring up one of the funniest pieces of conspiracy theory that I've come across regarding Anna. The theory is that she was rejected from a sponsorship with Target, so instead she decided to go and throw this temper tantrum at the store.
Maybe.
Now, I don't think that that is actually the case, but it did give me a giggle, so I just wanted to share that with you before we go ahead and watch some of what Anna was doing.
You look terrible. I'm gonna hold my girls out. They look absolutely horrific.
Ooh.
Maybe people wearing this so they can be in like a holiday look. This looks terrible. Like, what is this? This girl has a beanie on too. It's so bad.
It's because it was winter.
Okay, I'm gonna keep her pants because I think it's gonna be too much to switch her pants. Honestly, these two mannequins should be together because they're both going to a party. No, I gotta keep her. Let me just clean for a second. Look at these shoes. Who is this girl? Give me that. Give me that. I don't need this.
That's my favorite part. Give me that. Give me that. Ooh. Ooh. If I snapped like that at one of my friends, they would break my fingers. Right? And vice versa. Unless it was a joke. And I would probably still, even then, get hit. So... Also, Anna is the last person we should be taking fashion advice from. Just throwing it out there.
There's a Target person like right across the way, and I'm just having to pretend like nothing's happening. I gotta help the girl out. She looks rough. My work here is done. But
She looks rough now, and I mean, you're no polished turd yourself, so...
seriously, you want people to feel better about themselves? Make mannequins look good. How are people supposed to feel like they're gonna look good in your clothes when your mannequins, who are perfectly proportioned, look like trash?
Here's something that's important to notice about this entire clip here. She starts off being filmed by someone else. Someone else is filming her. This little bit here where she's talking about the person being across the way watching her, and then she goes on this tirade about, if you want people to feel good in your clothes, you have to make them look good in your clothes. She's filming herself now. She's filming on her cell phone, or I'm assuming her cell phone, but Anna is filming herself in this moment, right? So she switched from someone was holding a camera and filming her to Anna is now filming herself. So what happened to the camera person in between her dressing that mannequin and this moment here?
A lot of people complained about this, pointing out that store displays are set by corporate. So if somebody from management came and saw this mannequin not dressed in what they were supposed to be dressed in, it's quite likely that an employee of Target would be the one to get in trouble. The tossing of garments and general disrespect that she showed was also called out.
Why? It took me so long to notice. Oh my gosh, you're really soft. I've never ever helped this fish before. I'm not a gentle person, and I'm okay with that.
Actually, none of those clips were really a good show of what she was doing. She was literally, I mean, everybody does the whole picking things up and kind of like, does it fit, does it not fit? The majority of people will at least attempt to fold it back up and put it back where they picked it up from. The majority of people, right? Same thing with the hangers. She was pulling things out on the hangers and like, you know, doing the whole, that's very common. But then you usually try to put it back on the place where it was hanging, right? Anna wasn't like dropping those on the floor or anything, but she would just kind of like shove it in their catty corner and not try to straighten it out like majority of people would try to do. And when the folded stuff, she would literally pick it up and look at it and then just wad it up and just kind of like drop it somewhere. And it was stunning to me. I've not seen grown-ass adults do that. Anna is a grown-ass adult, right? She will be 40 this year. This was last year-ish. She was 38, 39 last year.
Additionally, the fact that she couldn't find anything in her size was not surprising to anyone.
This is the one I wanted. But of course, not my size. I mean, it looks very stretchy though, but I'm gonna let the sweater live its best life.
Yep.
Not on me. Also, why do they make all this cute clothes and none of it my size? That's all I'm gonna say. I would buy all of it.
Because that's the juniors section.
I don't have my size. Think of this video. It's not my size.
See? Look at it.
Okay, not a fan of my size. That's really cute.
This.
Christmas trees?
This is what people were angry about.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
It doesn't matter if she pulled it off of a pile that was already chaos. Anybody who's ever worked in retail or ever had to deal with straightening a store up before you're allowed to go home at night would have at least attempted to fold that up and put it back.
I'll come face to face with something like I was destined for. This might be my fault. I guess. Yeah, no. Nope. This was supposed to be a fun and joyful trip, but it's turning out kind of sad.
And to me, it's really weird that she complained about this because she's known for doing fashion hauls. She has a lot of clothes. She doesn't need to get
This footage is even taken from a Target haul.
more clothes from a department store.
Your girl is snatched.
Another interesting little peek into the mind of Anna that
Does snatched mean something different to fat acceptance and haze people? Like, does snatched mean something different the fatter you get? Because at no point ever has Anna ever looked snatched to me. But that's, I guess, because I'm going off of like a 90s definition of snatched and not like a 2024 definition of it, apparently.
we get in this video is her visit to the snack aisle.
These.
Snacks.
You can never find them in bags here. I'm trying to figure out, they have this one, but I like the sour cream. Yes! Sorry, I'm really excited. I get excited about protein chips. I swear I was person now, but would that be chicken and waffles? Elite.
Now, she seems manicure. She's very sped up, so However, she was pretty excited. This is the most excited she was this entire trip.
They have it all. They literally have everything that I've been paying ridiculous shipping to get, and I didn't even know it.
I hope she got banned from the store.
I'm literally having a moment right now. I'm having a moment. Oh, I gotta get this microphone.
Again, we see Anna choosing pretty much 100% highly processed, highly palatable snack foods. Now, I'm not too familiar with Target, so I don't know if maybe just at this location there wasn't a huge selection of like real foods, but I really think the excitement that she shows in this clip is not only cringe, but it also shows her obsession with food. And it shows that she probably still doesn't have her diet under control. And of course, we can't forget
She doesn't have a diet. She has the seafood diet. She sees food and she eats it.
the great bagel debacle of 2024.
The great bagel debacle. Bagelgate!
Now being dubbed as Bagelgate. Again,
Anna, by the way, hashtag Bagelgate actually started because of Anna. Anna hashtag Bagelgate herself. So the rest of us just use the hashtag that Anna created. So we're just following trend.
she shows childish and immature behavior, mocking street performers,
TikTok turned to me and they describe me so accurately. They hype you up for 50 minutes, and then they do, like, it's like watching your nephew dance in his bedroom. Yeah, look what I can do. But, like, honestly, now occasionally you'll get a crew that's, like, really good. But most of the time, that's not the case.
Anna needs to be telling us about good dance skills.
Watching that, like, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Who's gonna give me money? No one.
Who's gonna give me money? No one. I wish I could not give you money, but I watch your videos, so. I wish I could not give you money after that comment, because that really pissed me off.
snacking on cotton candy while she complains about how long she had to wait for it.
So we've been here, like, 30 to 40 minutes, and it's still not up and running. And our artist is running late. And I have a limited amount of capacity for standing and walking today. Yeah.
I have a limited amount of capacity. No one gives a shit, Anna. It's self-inflicted.
And everything but that bagel, so we might have to
This guy is doing everything in his power to ignore her, by the way.
abandon this side quest. It's funny, right? As I gave up hope.
And this poor woman and this kid. Did either of these two people agree to be filmed, by the way, Anna? Like,
The artist showed up. Now we're gonna wait 10 minutes for the artist to make the creation. So, I'll be honest, I'm impatient and I'm tired of waiting.
no shit.
And finally crying about getting the wrong bagel order.
I walked 2 damn miles. In pain.
Good pain for this bagel.
I didn't even get the right bagel.
And in my previous video, I did think that this was taken after her surgery because she posted it after her surgery, but this video was in fact pre-recorded. So she wasn't rewarding herself for the surgery. She was in fact carb loading for the big day. Now, in my opinion, much of what Anna has done so
Yeah, a lot of people were confused about when Bagelgate occurred. And it's because, and Anna's always done this, so I'm not really sure why people are always so confused by this. Anna pre-records, always has, probably always will. It's not a bad idea, especially when she knew she was going to be in surgery and she was going to have some recovery time where she wouldn't be able to film. She had hauls that were coming out that were clearly pre-recorded. Bagelgate, she was in New York, which she went from Florida, she went from Miami to New York to LA to get the surgery done, and then flew back to Austin, where she lives. Austin? Yeah, I think so. Anyway. So anything that was in New York was pre-surgery, right? But there were a lot of people that were like really confused about it. Her timeline is very wibbly wobbly at the best of times, and it really does screw with her viewers. So it would really behoove her to maybe put dates in things so that people would know where in the timeline those videos are falling. Will she do that? No.
could potentially be forgiven if she did two things. If she showed real growth and changed her behavior, and if she took accountability and owned up to her mistakes. But if anything, we've seen Anna's behavior get worse, or at least more frequently recorded and posted. And instead of acknowledging,
And she's the one recording and posting it, by the way. No one's out there forcing these videos to be, no one's catching her in the wild. She's not being caught off guard. She not only records these things, but either she's editing them or John is editing them, and she is allowing them to be posted to her channel.
or apologizing for any mistakes that she's made in the past, she tends to either delete content, like we saw with the Target video, or she doubles down, plays the victim, and shows that she truly doesn't understand why her audience is actually upset. And that's what actually happened in this most recent Bagel situation, where she wrote to Instagram in her stories saying that, POV, you're grateful for your haters because they relentlessly shamed you about crying over a messed up order. You got free bagels from NYC. Life is good, karma is better.
She got bagels from a competitor of Tompkin Bagels, which is where she originally went to get that bagel, right? She did not credit the company that sent her a dozen bagels unless you went into the description of that. And we've already talked about how people don't read descriptions on Instagram because we're there to watch. It's a picture application, right? There are some people that do. Obviously, I did. But you have to read pretty much the entire description, which again is several paragraphs long, to find out that those had been sent to her by a competitor, right? And I don't know how much I actually believe that a bagel company reached out to her to send her bagels just because they saw that she was getting picked on the internet. Who has that kind of time, right? She's not a native New Yorker, so it's not like she has connections or ties to the city, right? So why were they even watching you in the first place? Unless, I guess one of them might have been like a follower or something. I guess she does have quite a few. So I suppose that might be what happened. But then it's really not the company sending you bagels. It would be the person who was your viewer sending you the bagels. I don't know. There's just so many questions in that one. I think she just really wanted to stick it to her haters and thought that would be the way to do it. It wasn't, by the way.
Okay, I just want to point out that surely this was taken post-surgery. And I don't know how this is
That would have been taken post-surgery.
karma. She's just showing her audience again that she doesn't understand why they're upset. Anna tries to explain away the bagel situation, saying that she was an emotional mess, she was in a lot of pain, she wasn't sleeping, yada yada yada, and that's why she cried over the order. And you know, it's fine to get upset over a messed up order, like everybody gets emotional at times, but to vlog it, edit it, and post it,
this is what I'm talking about.
her audience wasn't upset that she was showing emotion. Her audience was upset that she was once again playing the victim, fake crying, and on top of that, showing that she really was not on any sort of inflammatory diet as she had claimed, even in the days before her surgery.
Everybody says this except, everybody can see this except Anna. Anna and the people that are like adamant about following her, the glitterazzi, they will not see what it is people are complaining about, even though we're using plain English. It's not even like we're trying to candy coat things or we're talking around a topic. It's not like that. It's plain freaking English. You're not accountable. You bury your leads. You lie about things by omission. I think I'm pretty clear about why people have problems with your content, Anna. You smug eating a dozen pumpernickel bagels post-surgery for lipedema that you claim is the only thing left on your body. You have no burnable fat on your body, and that you eat clean and eat under 1,800 calories. That is not the flex you thought it was, right? You were being smug. That's pretty plain English, Anna.
And that all brings us to today, Anna's current lipedema surgery arc. But this video has run too long already, so I'm going to try to get the next one out in the next couple of days. Until then, bye.
So I'm gonna link Fit and Full Fat's video down in the description below if you want to go watch the whole thing. I think it's a really good video, and I do plan to watch at least one of the lipedema journey videos that she's doing, just because she's doing a good job of pulling everything together. My own deep dive into Anna's stuff. I'm planning on having the first of those videos up next week. I'd give you dates, but I'm too lazy to look. But anyway, just add 7 to whatever today is, and I plan to do that because a lot of the stuff that we're going to be going over first is going to be blog posts. So there's not going to be a lot of video, and there's going to be very limited images. I'm just warning people ahead of time. I will try to read things for people because I know you guys listen. A lot of people listen. I do too. I like the podcast format of things. But that's going to be the deep dive that we're going to start doing. Now, Anna's stuff goes all the way back to like 2012. Probably even before that, but I don't have any access. There's no record of any of that stuff. And Anna either deleted or privated or somehow scrubbed her real early stuff. So everything that we're going to be looking at is going to be coming out of the Wayback Machine. So I'm just letting people know. But that's for next week. If you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a tornado. Why? Because I scrolled really fast and that's where the thing ended. So go ahead and put a tornado emoji down in the comments section. It has nothing to do with anything. And let me know what you guys think down below. Go and give Fit and Full Fat some love, if you would, please. And that's all I've got. Yes, I will try to timestamp things. We'll see how well that works. Anyway, see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.